Go in Pila. Really quick start, and then you get into it. Track's really fun. It's pretty long. Got a nice huck there. Not a lot of guys are actually standing that. It's actually not too bad. It's just tricky because you come in blind, and then this whole top section is pretty rocky. Just about keeping speed and keeping smooth. Yeah, I mean, I love the track here. It's super fun. It's very physical, but yeah, that's where that section we went through now is actually where I got my flats in my race run, which you'll see in my blog. Super steep drop in here. Nice little sender there, and yeah, coming into a traffic jam there in practice. Got to get used to these things. Yeah, this happens quite a lot, you know, if rider crashes, or you know, there's just a whole lot of riders on track and you end up having to stop. Gets pretty interesting. My buddy Brent Dixon just went off there, and I'm gonna get going again. Get going through here. It's pretty pinball through here. You kind of get bounced around, and in this little wooden double there, it's quite a tricky run up into a huck to flat off there. Then this section is actually really tricky to stay on line, and then you pop out of the woods here onto the grass, get a bit of a pedal going. I can in practice sent that one to flat there. But yeah, in practice it's quite cool. You can kind of compose yourself before you get into the next technical section. I'm just giving that guy in front of me just a bit of room to you know, before we go into the next wood section. Little hip jump there, which is actually not that great, just because there's a tree on the inside, so you can't really lean properly. But enough about that. Coming into the steeper section of the track now. Got some awkward tight corners here, which is, you know, tricky to keep your speed. And then you pop onto the off-camber section here, which is, it looks a lot easier in the video than it is. It's actually, yeah, it's quite a gnarly section of the track. And then fast out of the woods there, and then back onto the piste, crossing over the other side, and then we get into the more bike park section of the track. Got some berms going here, loads of corners in this track. Love the conditions. It was just bone dry and dusty, well, for most of the weekend. Coming to high speed right hand corner here, get your drift on there, and then keep the high line here on off camber into some left right corners. See, I'm my buddy Bryn's just there in front. You can see towards the bottom section. Get to follow him a bit and spot some lines. Watch him get loose. But yeah, as you can see, there's just loads and loads of corners on this track. It's really a lot of fun. Definitely one of my favorite tracks of the year. And the weather's good, so that's always makes for a bonus. It's really high speed, as you can see. Getting a bit excited there. And yeah, you come into this bottom section and you're pretty tired by this point because you know, the top section is pretty physical, and then this section is so rough. Your hands are really taking a beating down here, and yeah, just about keeping speed, keeping smooth, trying to get some inside where you can to miss the brake bumps. And as you can see, he's just he's trying to take some sneaky little insides there too. But yeah, just hanging on to the back, and then probably one of the most difficult corners in the track right there. Looked quite easy in the video, but it's really slippery and there's not much catch. And then you pop out of these corners here and come into the biggest jumps on the track. They're not bad, but you know, just you got to pedal really hard to get into them. So in practice, you end up not jumping them all the time just because it's such an effort. But yeah, then a high speed section down here, which also gets pretty rough, and in your race run you're absolutely broken by this point. Into the last two right left corners, and then into the huck to flat again. They love those on this track. And then yeah, rolling into the finish line. That's Pila for 2014. Yeah, was a great weekend, and hope you guys enjoyed the track review.